Spectrum Mobile does help us keep connected as a family.
It provides us with reliable.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Rebecca here. Today is Christmas Eve. So the date is 12/24/2025. Hey, that's pretty interesting, right? 24/25? All right. So anyways, I have y'all here on my live stream. Today is a Christmas Eve live stream. We're going to talk about all kinds of little things. And if I leave for a minute, it's because I'm running out there to go grab the dog food. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Penny, Penny Belly, got your dog food. Come here. Give your mommy. Come here. I hope this is the right one. He's not trying to make you sick. Okay, so let's dump this. Gonna dump this. Here you go, Baba. Okay. All right, you guys, just so y'all know, yeah, had to get up and get the dog food because I had to order the correct dog food. My sister got it for me. My Penny is sick right now. Don't know exactly what's wrong with her. She kept me awake all night last night and into this morning, and I had like 3 hours of sleep. She's seeming to do better now. She's drinking water and still not really wanting to eat, but I actually got rid of the other dog food and then got her a different dog food because she wouldn't touch it. So I assumed that that dog food had made her sick, so I have taken her off of it. So what I wanted to tell you guys is y'all know I had an MRI done. And got some bad news. I mean, it's no more news than I wanted to get. Let me see here where I put it. That way I can remember the name of exactly what is wrong with me. Y'all can see I got this up here on screen here. So this was done at Cape Fear Valley. And the first thing that popped up on here was them saying that I have scattered foci of vertebral hemangioma formation. And I did some research on that. It means I've got scattered tumors or lesions or whatever you want to call them in my spine. Now, the ones that they're talking about are not cancerous. However, they can be severe depending on how big they get. So that is what I am. That's the news that I got this week. And one of the reasons why I didn't go live yesterday, because I was spending the day processing the information and, you know, doing research and everything else, trying to figure out exactly what it was. And then, of course, I still have stenosis, but it has not gotten worse. So that's a plus. But there are different things that they do to deal with hemangiomas. And all I can say is I'm lifing. I get weird things going on, and, you know, all I can do is see what they're going to do about it. But y'all can pray for me and keep me in thought. So, good news. Hey, George, I see you in chat. Hey, Broke Fishing. Hey, Richard. Hey, Fuzzy Falcon. Good news I have is my daughter and my grandson are coming to visit me. They either going to be here tomorrow night or the 26th at night. So I'm excited to see them. Only thing is I didn't get them anything for Christmas because I did not expect that they were coming to visit. So now I'm trying to figure out. I'm not having much of a Christmas here anyway because I didn't get anything for my daughter, my granddaughter. This is a broke month. I started off by paying off car debts. And that's what I've done this month is paid off car debts. So, let's see here. I'm going to look at chat. George Mitchell says, happy afternoon, y'all, and a Merry Christmas to all in chat. Fuzzy Falcon said I had to turn on my AC today. Woo. It is 74 degrees here in North Carolina. Okay? You know, what about a white Christmas? George? Wait, no, not George. Richard? And Broke Fishing. Where's my snow? You two were promising me snow for Christmas. Where is it? Okay, so don't have any snow yet. Don't think there's going to be any snow for quite a while. But if anybody's been paying attention to what's going on in California, oh my goodness, they're getting some wind. I was looking on the channel for Big Bear for the Eagle's Nest, and the wind through there is just howling. But I do know that there's more flooding going on. I'm hearing it's in Washington State. And let me see, in California. So we're going to look at the weather that is going on. Yes, I am looking at chat. Let me see here. Brookfish says, pay your rent. What did you do, Roachquake? Brook Fishing, pay your rent. George Mitchell, yes, you did. Rebecca, your love. Behave, she is looking at chat. Wasn't me. I had to sit through. LOL, it's not Christmas yet. Yes, tomorrow is Christmas. Today is Christmas Eve, but in other parts of the world, it is Christmas. So I want to wish Merry Christmas to everybody who watches who is in another part of the world who is celebrating Christmas today. We are hoping that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay, so let's check out the news which is going on regarding the flooding in California, Oregon, and Washington. So they're having storms, wind storms. So right now, the storm has brought heavy rain, wind, and severe thunderstorms warnings in effect for portions of LA County. So we're going to get this up here. A powerful Christmas week storm is dumping rain across Southern California, putting at risk communities on alert for possible mudslides and creating slick driving conditions for the region as a whole. The atmospheric river is expected to slam the region with several inches of rain over the next few days, raising the risk of flash flooding and triggering evacuation warnings in some areas. Significant rain is expected to slam Southern California for most of Wednesday, and the wet weather will stick around through the week, through Friday. The National Weather Service has upgraded parts of Southern California to high risk for excessive rainfall and flash flooding on Christmas Eve. The high-risk area is just north of the city of Los Angeles and includes places like Burbank, Altadena, Glendale, San Bernardino, Santa Clarita, and Thousand Oaks. The National Weather Service extended a flash flood warning for parts of Los Angeles and Ventura counties effective until 6 p.m. Wednesday, today. Heavy rainfall will persist for several more hours, but a lull is expected by evening. Still, the wet weather won't be done yet. Newsom has declared a state of emergency for Southern California. He proclaimed on Wednesday a state of emergency in Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties as yet another storm batters the region with heavy rain. This comes as several communities in burn-scarred areas are under evacuation warnings due to the looming threat of mudslides and debris flows. California is acting early and decisively to do all we can to get ahead of dangerous winter storms. The state has pre-positioned resources, activated emergency authorities, and we are working closely with local partners to protect communities and keep Californians safe. The proclamation was also made for San Diego and Shasta counties. Some parts of LA County are seeing strong thunderstorms with winds up to 50 miles per hour. The National Weather Service issued a special weather statement until 12 p.m., saying some areas could see strong thunderstorms and dangerous winds. The NWS Doppler radar tracked strong thunderstorms along a line going from 6 miles north of Sunland to Alhambra to near Los Alamitos. Alamitos. Some areas could see 50-mile-per-hour winds, and the NWS said, although it's unlikely, a brief spin-up of tornado is possible. So yes, as Broke Vision has just said in chat, LA is having a tornado watch. Los Angeles. Okay, so the Angeles Crest Highway, just north of La Canada, Flint Ridge to Clear Creek Information Station, has been shut down due to hazardous conditions, according to the Sheriff's Department. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Crescenta Valley Station has shared a post on X asking drivers to avoid the area. Motorists are advised to avoid the area and plan alternate routes. Road conditions can change rapidly, and attempting to bypass closures puts both motorists and first responders at risk. The tornado warning was issued for a small portion of east central Los Angeles County, which included communities of Alhambra, Pasadena, Monterey Park, San Gabriel, El Monte, and Temple City. The warning was canceled around 10:40, but National Weather Services said that damaging winds are likely to stick around and that the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for the area. So I'm going to look at Tornado HQ and see if there is still a tornado warning, because this is where I look at for all tornado warnings. Right now, according to Tornado HQ, there are no tornado warnings. The ones for California for Los Angeles expired 2 hours ago. Well, actually it expired, but it was about 2 hours ago when the warning started. And then we can see this was 5 days ago. So this is the only one, California, and it was at 10:20 a.m. Pacific time. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Alhambra, moving north at 40 miles per hour. That one has expired. So, let me get this stuff back up here real quick. So, that has expired, but there is still a severe thunderstorm warning remaining in effect for the area. Thousands across SoCal have been impacted by power outages. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power reports numerous power outages in various parts of its service area. In all, thousands of customers are affected, but crews are either at work or being dispatched to restore service. The largest outages are in San Fernando Valley and the West LA area, according to the department's outage map. Southern California Edison is also reporting outages in Los Angeles and Orange County, but fewer numbers of customers appear to be affected. Okay, so that's what I got for you for that. Problem is there's also mudslides coming along with this. There has also been evacuations as of 9 hours ago. And traveling I-5 North State roads. Okay, so I'm looking, hang on a second. Motorists hitting the roads between December 24th and December 26th should plan for extreme difficult driving conditions due to travel delays, detours, and stormy winter weather. Atmospheric storms are making California roads slick with heavy rain, flooding, and snow. The strong wind gusts are making it harder for some drivers to control their vehicles, or hampering with Christmas travel. We are expecting major travel issues through the Christmas holidays. with another 3 to 4 inches of rain on the way for Redding between Wednesday and Friday. The California Department of Transportation and the City of Redding urge people to stay home if possible. And if they do drive over Christmas, motorists should be prepared before they leave. After 5 days of storms, heavy rain, loosened soil, and rocks along Highway 299 and other roads in hilly areas, boosting mudslides and rock slide risk, the Weather Service cautioned people. Drivers should also expect roads to flood in low-lying areas in Redding and other cities and near creeks and other waterways. The California Department of Transportation reported debris from tree limbs, rocks, etc., blocking parts of Highway 97 and other roads on Christmas Eve. Caltrans District 2 reported it expects more damage on top of what storms did earlier this week and last week. The prolonged and intense rainfall led to unprecedented flooding in many areas throughout Shasta County, including State Route 273, Interstate 5, and State Route 299. Those earlier storms washed out shoulders along roads and left a large amount of debris. The Weather Service has cautioned drivers that strong winds on Wednesday in Redding with gusts around 45 miles an hour get stronger up to 55 miles per hour as motorists drive south on I-5. They get stronger up to 55 miles an hour on I-5. Those winds will die down by Thursday night. The weather may also cause power outages, so be especially careful to watch traffic and charge up your phone before you drive. Always have your phone charged and have emergency stuff in your vehicle in case you get stranded. Heavy rain and wet snow in the mountains will reduce drivers' visibility, with worst winter road conditions in eastern Shasta County and into the Sierras. Motorists should prepare for chain controls along mountain passes or at 4,500 feet. Caltrans and City of Redding officials have asked people not to drive over the Christmas holidays if they don't need to do so. And if they must drive, slow down and plan for delays. Never try to go through floodwaters, even if they're shallow. Remember the saying, turn around, don't drown. Anyways, you can go to quickmap.ca.gov. Okay, I'm going to put that in chat in case anybody needs to find it. So this is a helpful thing here for anybody that needs to know the roads that are able to be used. There you go. That is quickmap.ca.gov. Okay, so you can call 911 if you see any down power lines or other emergencies. To report a non-emergency in Redding, call 530-225-4200, extension 1. For other information about Redding, you can go to the cityofredding.gov website. Okay, so let's check and see what else we got here. Okay, so I'm looking for any more news. Aww. So you guys, a dog was rescued after being left behind in Oregon floodwaters. Remember your pets, you guys. When you leave from your place and you have to evacuate, your pets are like family. Don't leave them behind. There is always going to be somewhere that you can stay at that you can take your pet to. And if you can't keep your pet with you, surrender it. Surrender it to an agency that can take care of it once you evacuate. Okay? Take the animal with you. Do not leave animals behind. All right. So, looks like Oregon is good for right now. Let's look up Washington State and see how Washington State is doing. All right. So, holy jeez. right, so it looks like Washington State is having a rat problem. They're warning of toilet rats after floods, and they're telling people to try to stay calm. Hang on. Oops. All right, I don't know how what I did.
Right now, is they've been dealing with, yes, the levee breaches, and they've had this, but they got to
I did something there. Hang on, I don't know what I did. Oops. I was trying to do something. Okay. All right. So, Seattle and King County public health officials have issued a warning on Thursday that the recent heavy rain and floodwaters from the back-to-back atmospheric rivers may have swept rodents into the city's sewage system. And it says Seattle and King County public health officials have issued a warning on Thursday, so that was last Thursday, that the recent heavy rain and floodwaters from the back-to-back atmospheric rivers may have swept rodents into the city's sewage system. The department posted a cartoon on social media providing tips on what residents should do if they happen to find the pesky victim in their toilet. The heavy rain and floodwaters may sweep rodents into the sewer system. If a rat visits your toilet, take a deep breath and follow these tips. They suggest if a homeowner does have a run-in with a rat, to stay calm, shut the toilet, and try to flush the rodent. Alrighty then. If that does not work, squirt dish soap into the toilet. The soap will help slide the rat down the septic system when flushed. It may take a few times before the creature is gone. Oh my goodness. Officials advise that a large rat may not flush back down and could escape. If that happens to be the case, it is recommended to call a pest control company. For days, Washington experienced record-breaking flooding from multiple atmospheric rivers that slammed the region. Thousands of residents were forced to evacuate from their homes as floodwaters seeped in. Infrastructure throughout the state, including major highways, bridges, and entire communities, were destroyed. It is expected that it will take several weeks to determine the extent of damage. Oh my goodness, you guys. That's crazy. So, yeah. Western Washington is facing a long recovery after record-breaking flooding. Oh my goodness. But hey, you guys, nice to know what to do if a rat comes up my toilet. Yay! I don't want to see a rat. You mean close the lid and stand on it and scream? Okay. All right, checking chat real quick. I noticed Brooke Fishing said that it was last week. Yes, it was last week. But it was still interesting nonetheless to share the article with you guys. Let's check here real quick and see what I'm missing. All right, so as you guys know, Kilauea volcano erupted last week, and it spewed 1,400 feet of lava into the air. So that is interesting. Today is one of those days where there isn't a whole lot of news. So, there is a new article out which says that a record-breaking drilling expedition has solved massive earthquake mystery. Since 2011, scientists have been puzzled about the force resulting from gigantic earthquake and tsunami that destroyed, among other things, Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. Now a Guinness World Record drilling expedition has solved the puzzle. The catastrophic event technically known as Tohoku earthquake and tsunami occurred in the Japan Trench, an area off the country's east coast where the Pacific tectonic plate is being pushed under the Ox plate, part of the North American plate. When those plates slip, the resulting event is called the subduction zone earthquake. When the slip is particularly large, as it was with Tohoku, it is called a mega thrust earthquake. In fact, the Tohoku quake is considered the most powerful to ever hit Japan, and the fourth most powerful earthquake ever recorded, since seismology record began being kept in the 1900s. Normally, a megathrust quake, the slip between plates occurs at a significant depth. The rupture created is confined by a layer of locked rock up near the seafloor that acts like brakes on the tear. However, in the case of Tohoku, the slip actually grew larger as it propagated upward, and the rift reached the trench itself, an occurrence that has puzzled scientists for years. But now an international research expedition has uncovered the reason for the strange behavior and resultant power of the quake. A study on the discovery has been published in the journal Science. They're saying the researchers found that in the case of Tohoku, the normal layer of rock, firm rock, that usually sits between the plates actually consisted of a 30-meter thick rock of pelagic clay, a soft, slippery substance that accumulated there over millions of years as microscopic particles settled. As the plates began to slip, this clay acted as a kind of earthquake lubricant, accelerating the movement rather than hindering it. The result was 50 to 70 meters of shallow slip that displaced major sections of the seafloor and caused the thunderous shockwaves and gargantuan tsunami. The quake was so consequential that the island of Honshu was moved 2.4 meters or 8 feet east. The Earth's axis was shifted an estimated 10 to 25 centimeters or 4 to 10 inches. And its rotation speed increased by 1.8 microseconds per day. This work helps explain why the 2011 earthquake behaves so differently from what many of our models predicted. By seeing exactly how the fault zone is constructed, we can better understand where slip is likely to concentrate and how much tsunami potential a given subduction zone might have. Well, that is very interesting. And this is record-breaking research. I'm going to give y'all a copy of this article and you can read about the rest of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it does go on into the research that was done. I find it very interesting and it is something that is useful to know. It does make me question if other areas that have slippage, if they may have the same issues as the Tohoku Trench. So something to think about, and I'm sure science is going to find those answers because we've been having bigger earthquakes up there by Russia. We've had bigger earthquakes by Alaska. I am sure we're going to have a bigger earthquake by California, and that kind of research can lead to saving lives. Okay, so let me see something real quick. There was a 6.0 in the Taiwan region today. Wow. Okay, so that's new. There was also a 5.7 south of Mariana Islands and a 5.1 in Fiji and a 5.0 in Guam. I am suspecting, and I was suspecting it, and I told my friends that I expected there would be a Christmas Day earthquake. So Seems here in the United States it's a day early. However, this 6.0 is not a day early. It is right on time if you live in Taiwan. It is on Christmas Day. So it is a Taiwan 6.0 earthquake. Wow. It happened 4 hours ago. And Taiwan is having some aftershocks as well. Okay, so I want to look this up. 6.0 Taiwan earthquake, because there are videos. It's just I can't show them. Okay, so the quake shook buildings as far north as Taipei, but caused no immediate reports of damage, according to scientists. The shallow 6.0 magnitude earthquake struck southeastern Taiwan on Wednesday evening, which would be yesterday their time, the U.S. Geological Survey said, but there was no immediate reports of damage. The quake struck at 5:47 Greater Mountain Time at a depth of 10 kilometers in Taitung County. Earlier, Taiwan's Central Weather Administration admitted its magnitude at 6.1. According to the National Fire Agency, so far no damage to the island's transport networks has been reported. The quake was felt farther north in capital Taipei, where some buildings shook. Local television channels showed footage of products falling from the supermarket shelves and shattering in Taitung. Taiwan is frequently hit by earthquakes due to its location on the edge of two tectonic plates near the Pacific Ring of Fire, which the USGS says is the most seismically active zone in the world. The last major earthquake occurred on April 20, 2024, when the island was hit by a deadly 7.4 magnitude tremor that officials said was the strongest in 25 years. At least 17 people were killed in that quake, which triggered landslides and severely damaged buildings around Hailuan. It was the most serious in Taiwan since the 7.6 magnitude tremor struck in 1999, the deadliest natural disaster in the island's history. So, yes, they've had a 6.0 today. Thank God it wasn't a 7. All right, so that earthquake occurred today. So far, there is no damage. There is a video. If I can come back, I'll find it. Hang on. Okay, if you go to, there's several videos online. Hindustan Time has a video on YouTube. Weon has a video on YouTube. So those are all, they're copyrighted, so I'm not going to be showing those. All right. A 2.6 earthquake has been reported off of Malibu in California. And according to news, over 300 earthquakes have rattled the Bay Area. More than 300 quakes have rattled San Ramon area since November. The largest earthquake in the sequence struck in recent days with a 4.0 on Friday and a 3.9 on Saturday. Yet in response to public concern, experts continue to stress that small tremblers have hit the area before without leading to a major one. This is a lot of shaking for the people in San Ramon area to deal with. A research geophysicist with the U.S. Geological Survey's Earthquake Science Center in California Moffett Field stated, "It's quite understandable that this can be incredibly scary and emotionally impactful. Even if it's not likely to be physically damaged or related to any sort of threat of larger magnitude earthquake. It's at least the sixth time a series of tiny quakes has lit up this region since 1970, including the most recent event back in 2015. These sequences, technically called swarms, involve many earthquakes in a small region that don't fit the pattern of aftershocks following a main shock. The recent rumblings around San Ramon began on November 9th with a magnitude 3.8. Mostly tiny earthquakes followed, with only 71 of the some 330 quakes recorded larger than magnitude 2. By comparison, the 2015 event included 89 earthquakes over magnitude 2 in a 2-month period, according to the San Francisco Chronicle. So, still residents report that the ongoing shaking is unsettling. Similar patterns of clustered earthquakes are common in areas with geothermal activity, such as near volcanoes. And they're saying that the culprit might be pressurized fluids pushing through Earth's crust and activating a network of little faults. I'm thinking about that pressurized fluid. Don't they use that in fracking? Okay, so anyway. Menson says the convergence of multiple faults around San Ramon that move in different directions, including the Calaveras Fault, broke the rock in between, creating fluid-filled cracks. The process that is making all these little earthquakes is related to very small complex faults. These are not the kind of faults that host large magnitude earthquakes. It's fundamentally a different process. So, signs of earthquake swarm moving to a new area could concern seismologists, but for now that seems unlikely. All right, so where's this at? Nevada, you guys. Nevada has had a 4.0 earthquake 17 hours ago. The Nevada Seismological Laboratory is reporting a magnitude 4.0 earthquake that hit north central Nevada on Tuesday night, last night. It hit roughly 32 miles north of Battle Mountain and roughly 43 miles northeast of Winnemucca just before 8 p.m., according to a release from the Seismological Laboratory. It is unknown at this time if this earthquake caused any damage. So that's interesting. You guys know that that during the storms in California that the Waymo taxis broke down, right? They refused to drive, but the Elon Musk cars drove. And now it is being wondered if Waymo taxis can handle a big earthquake if one happens. Okay, so an Arctic earthquake has triggered major avalanches in the Sarac Falls. So last week, a magnitude 7 earthquake ripped through Hubbard Glacier on Alaska's Yukon border. Now, we covered that earthquake. Now, fieldwork by the Yukon Geological Survey has revealed localized avalanches in Sarac Falls. The reaction of the Hubbard Glacier to this earthquake offers warnings to mountaineers climbing on a warming planet. Richard says a similarity between the earth and the common egg. Break, shake, fry, scrambled eggs. All right. So if it occurred in a densely populated area, the 2025 Hubbard Glacier earthquake could easily have killed thousands of people. Instead, it killed no one. In the mountaineering off-season, the American Wrangell St. Elias National Park and Canadian Klon National Park lie abandoned by humans. Territorial lines notwithstanding, they both sit on the Hubbard Glacier, a roughly 100-kilometer stretch of ice beginning at Mount Hubbard and ending at Disenchantment Bay. The recent earthquake struck a mere 5 kilometers under the surface of the ice and reached 7 on the Richter scale. Earthquake magnitudes are measured by the logarithmic scale, so a 7 magnitude earthquake shifts the ground 10 times more than a 6 magnitude earthquake, and so on. The 1906 San Francisco earthquake, for instance, which remains the deadliest in United States history, probably had a magnitude of about 7.9. Understanding how and why an earthquake happens takes rapid follow-up. Much of that comes from local witnesses via systems like Did You Feel It? Their reports help pin down the epicenters of earthquakes. If the aftershocks all trace a line, they can even identify the fault line responsible. But in the case of the Hubbard Glacier earthquake, aftershock clusters along the 65-kilometer blob rather than a clean line neatly defining where the fault runs. There are many potential explanations for this as outlined, and one is that multiple mechanisms triggered this earthquake, leading to smaller earthquakes along other fault lines nearby. These mechanisms can include one plate sliding next to another, one plate sliding under another, or more exotic events like magma bubbles. Another possibility is that Hubbard Glacier placement along a geological transition zone from classic plate shifting to the north to subduction of one plate under another in the south leads to messy, chaotic, faulty behavior. And finally, it is also possible that some of the aftershocks were not earthquakes at all, but rather local earthquakes. So, I'm going to give you guys this. This comes from Explorer Web. And there is more on here if you would like to read more on this article. I think it's really important to study this up and understand what is causing these earthquakes. Thank you, Rich Quake. George Mitchell says, after this, I've got to go to town and get me some water to fix some coffee. George, if you need to go, that is fine. Don't want to hold you back, and it's going to be dark here soon, so I'm thinking you're probably about 2 hours behind me where you are. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to give y'all a quick update. Winter storms are going to continue to drop heavy snow in Maine for Christmas Eve. So if you're living in Maine, you're lucky you're getting snow. New Jersey, a weekend storm will bring 3 to 6 inches of snow, sleet, or ice to the region. Get prepared. There's also a storm watch for Pennsylvania, South New Jersey, and I believe New York City too. Oh, y'all are all getting snow. I'm jelly now. You know I'm jelly. I'm not getting any snow, and it is 72 degrees out here. So let's see here. All of these areas are going to get some snow. I'm jelly. Yep, I'm jelly. Okay, so I don't have anything else to tell y'all. So I'm just going to check the chat, see what comments are being stated. You have a Christmas song, huh? Are you going to do a live stream, Rich Quake? Because I'm probably going to do Christmas songs tomorrow. I was planning on doing a live stream for Christmas tomorrow for anybody who wants to come hang out. Not sure what time, but I am planning on doing one. So you guys know I was adopted, but I ended up in foster care and grew up in foster care. So the family that I have is just me and my kids and my sister, who I see every once in a while. And yeah, I don't have places to go home to for Christmas, you know, all of that good stuff. But we make it work, and we have fun. So everybody that is here, also please say a prayer for my Penny, who has not been feeling well. She had me up all night long sick, and going in and out of the house every 45 minutes. And yeah, so just keep a prayer out for her, please. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the live stream here. Hope y'all are doing well. I want to wish those who are not in the United States but around the world today, enjoying Christmas, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For For everybody else who's in the United States, we will do a live stream tomorrow for Christmas Day. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to tell someone that you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. Make each day an adventure. And for Rich Quake, thank you for being here. Broke Fishing, thank you for being here. Nightbot seemed to behave itself today. The Fuzzy, thank you for being here. And to everybody else who has checked in, George Mitchell, thank you for being here. For everybody else who has been here today, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If I could ask you to do one thing, please hit that like button and help me share the video. Much love, God bless, and I will see you all tomorrow.